what's interesting about fear and excuses is if you reverse engineer them backward to the seed of where it's coming from, it means that every person, let me phrase, it means that a stunning majority of the people in this audience are actually tied up in caring about somebody else's point of view on them. And I'm really fascinated by that. I would argue that well more than 50% of the people in this audience are here today because they worry about the way they would be judged by one and or two family members in their inner 7-8 people circle. And to me, that is the most fascinating thing that's happening as I'm going through my journey, which is, oh shit, the reason I am capable and have the luxury of standing up here is that my parents parented me in a way that gave me so much self-esteem while respect. It's a very fine balance. I don't stand up here not giving a shit about what people think about me. It's just that I care just a little more about what I think about myself than everybody else combined. I think me taking a step back and spending my entire 20s and early 30s to build my dad's business for him, I own 0% of Wine Library. People love to razz me like, Daddy gave you a liquor store. Not true. I built my dad's store for him, left at 34, paying myself less than $100,000 a year every year of the first 13 years of my professional career to build a business for my dad, to thank my mom and dad for giving me the incredible childhood that they gave me. And so here I am at 34, I built a business very quickly to $50, $60 million in sales. I could have all the things that everybody wants. It's unbelievable how much I stand up here today not wanting anything that is tangible. It's crazy to me how much I dislike shit like watches and cars and planes and boats and fucking clothes. Now, I'm going through this journey, so I'm getting better. I used to just end there and transition. Let me say this, I think people should love what they want. Like, you should do you. You like Lambos? Fucking get a Lambo, I don't give a fuck. But I need everybody to understand, some stuff is just black and white basic. Every time you hit a score and you make some money, if you don't invest that back into your business and go buy some shit, it's more likely that you're not gonna be able to compound your business. It's not super complicated. If you run a business where the whole thought of the business is to extract the money so you can get some stuff, you're taking away from the business. The reason so many people haven't built a business that's meaningful is they keep taking the cash out, or they lack patience and they're not actually building something. Number one, if you're gonna follow the things I believe in, you have to close your eyes for the next 5 to 10 years and not give a fuck about anything that happened. You have to basically take a step back and say, okay, Gary wants me to put out a ton of content for free, right? He wants me to be super patient. He wants me to put all the money back into the business. He wants me to spend tons of time and hours figuring shit out that's actually current, which takes away from leisure time. Basically, I want you to eat shit for the next decade. There's no, there's no like, and here's the fucking plan. There's no, here's the fucking dance. Fuck that. I have no interest, because it doesn't work. Like, have you ever heard of the term insanity? Like, do you understand the definition? It's doing the same dumb shit and thinking something else is gonna happen. Aren't people in here tired of doing the same dumb shit over and over in some slight different variation with some fucking charismatic person at the top and not having it fucking work? Aren't you fucking tired? How about eating shit instead? Instead of being tired and having the same old thing, how about, look, all I know is my thing. You know what I have to sell to you today? Dick shit. Nothing. Goose egg. Nothing. Zero. I don't want your fucking money. You know what I want from you? I want you to email me in 4 years and say, hey bro, I was doing the same dumb shit for 13 years, 1 year at a time, losing fucking money, only making somebody else rich. You told me to eat shit. I've been eating shit for 3 years. I've watched all your content online for free, and now miraculously, something good has happened. Go fucking figure. Problem is, tomorrow when you have to start eating shit. You feel real good right now. You know what sucks? Doing something for 18 hours a day for 24 months and not having much happen that's different than right this moment. But that's the punchline, my friends. Nothing great happens quick and easy. If it was fucking quick and easy, don't you think every fucker would do it? Like, isn't it so basic? Isn't it so simple? Like, if there was really a system, if there was really a fucking system, don't you think it would have been figured out by now? Wouldn't everybody win? This is simple, my friends. The reality is this: you have to give more than you take. You have to. That's what customers like. It's not complicated. We are complaining, we are making excuses, and we do it every day because it feels a lot better to shit on somebody else than look at yourself and shit on yourself. And by the way, this is one man's point of view. I don't look at anybody else. I have no fucking idea what you guys are up to. And I shit on myself every day. I critique everything I do. Everything is my fault. Period, end of story. I can sit and dwell on all the things. Somebody hits me with a fucking car tomorrow, I'm like, fuck, I shouldn't have left the house that early. You get into that fucking mindset, I promise you shit changes. You need to fucking suffocate your bullshit. You're at this conference, that means you need to suffocate your bullshit, period. You either need to figure out who's holding you back and their judgment and go to them. I want you to get out of this fucking conference, go to your car, call your mom and say, fuck you. If she's the person that is suppressing you because she's miserable and misery loves company. I'm being dead serious with you. I understand it's not a popular thing to say. I understand, but there's only a couple things that I'm seeing in the world today, which is people aren't doing things because they're fearful of other people's judgments, which usually comes from parenting or environment or circumstance, and they're still keeping negative energy around them because they're obligated, and I get it. I have negative people in my life too that I keep around as well, but to let that dictate your only life is fucking ludicrous. And all I know, you know what? I'm gonna give you a real weird one. I want every person to do me a huge favor. If you really wanna know what's running through my fucking body, go volunteer at a nursing home for one day. Go volunteer at a nursing home for one day. Number one, it's just a nice thing to do and you'll probably feel pretty awesome about it. Number two, go talk to 8 people. 6, 4. You're gonna see something that is gonna scare the living shit out of you. It's called regret. Regret scares the shit out of me. Regret is the fuel besides gratitude that drives my life. You will see people and they will tell you things about the things they didn't do and the silliness to why they didn't do it, and they're running out of time. You sit in this room and you have time. You have time if you're 70, 80, 90, you have time if you're 15. You have time. But to sit and list all the reasons you can't is just, here's how I look at it. If anybody that looks like you has ever done it, then you can too. If some kid that grew up with 2 alcoholic parents, right, and grew up in an orphanage made it, then you can too. It's not necessarily that I don't believe in luck or circumstance, I believe in all of that. I understand that. This is not about that, it's about mindset. The second you start having losing mindset, you've already fucking lost. I love when people think shit like The Secret is real. It's not fucking real. Here's how it works, friends. If you actually are optimistic and you make a goal and your actions map to it, you miraculously get somewhere close to it. It's not sitting on your couch jerking off and saying, I wish I had $1 million. The amount of people talking big game in this office, clearly I use that a lot. The amount of people talking big game at this conference right now, where their ambitions don't match their actions. You know how many people roll around here and say they're gonna make $100 million a year and then take the whole weekend off and they have nothing going for themselves yet? Do you know how quiet my head is? Do you know how quiet my head is? My head is super quiet in here. You know why? No voices allowed. No voices allowed. Not my wife's, not my kids, not my business partners, not my parents, nobody. I'm in it for me, in my own mind. The reason I can give so much to everybody else is because I'm good, because I'm in it with myself, period. End of story. And I've been talking about a lot of things, and the reason I'm going further down this rabbit hole of tune out everybody else is as I've gotten to know people, I'm like, oh, they're scared because their partner makes fun of them all the time. Like it's just very basic behavior, right? It's very basic behavior. And so I just don't want that for you anymore. Like, has anybody realized, guys, it's 400 trillion to 1. The odds of being in this fucking room right now is 400 trillion to 1. The fact that your mom and dad had sex at that exact second to create you is fucking insane. And we are wasting it away, and I just don't want you to do that. Mainly because I get a high off of the email that you sent me in 6 years about this suffocating conversation. Content and distribution. Content and distribution. You have to make stuff. Figure out what kind of content producer you are. Are you good at writing? Are you good at talking? Are you good in front of video? Everybody thinks, oh, video is the answer. Video is not the answer if you suck on video. Can you talk? Can you write? Are you charismatic in front of a camera? All three are tried and true. Video, written word, audio, they play forever. Figure out which one you're good at and go deep into that. Everybody's trying to make you fix all your shortcomings. Fuck your shortcomings. Triple down on your strengths. It is your biggest advantage, period. Leave this conference, figure out first what you want to sell. Actually, before that, figure out what you want your life to be. Do you really want all that money? Do you really want all that? What do you want? Figure that out, then figure out what you want to sell. Your time, your service, a product, I don't care, a festival, but figure out something you believe in that you sell. And then finally, number 3, figure out how to let the world know about it at the lowest possible cost.